Okay. So this is what I was gonna say. I feel as though people plot on things. And it's something about just them knowing. It's like they just feel like, you got to be PC or say things that has to do with the money that you just told them you had. So like if I say I got $1,000 right now, right? And you down 200, in your back of your mind, you like, I could just ask her for that too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Why can't he go?
Why you plotting on my shit? Like, I don't like that. Like, I really don't like that. When somebody tells me they have money, I've experienced this with friends, niggas, whatever. Like, when somebody tell you they got money, something in the back of their mind, they just like, it just be weird shit. Like, I don't know. Like,
Am I missing something? Because it's like, this is your nigga. This is your boyfriend.
I get that, but if you ask me how
This is
much
your
money I got,
family.
what's the purpose?
Yo, check it out.
What's the purpose? No, seriously.
There is a purpose.
Ask me for money if you need it. Don't now need it because you now know what I got.
So let me paint a scenario for you. This is how it happened to me in real time, in real life, right? When you dating somebody, after a while, you know how much money they making.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with how they spend their money,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all talk to each other, so you know what they got planned. You know what they're looking forward to doing financially.
I'm with you there.
Right. You know these things. That just happens because that's your person.
Okay.
Your person. This is very important.
Okay.
So I asked her, I'm like, how much money do you have? I'm asking for a purpose. You know what I mean? She didn't want to tell me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And that's when I first realized there was an apprehension. But I'm like, first of all, I'm your nigga. All the niggas you could have had, you selected me to be the one. So it's like,
not selected. I feel you.
But because both y'all got like 10 options amongst both y'all. It's 20 niggas want to be with y'all right now, but y'all only gonna pick one if you decide to be with one though. So you selected him, knowing you could damn near have way more, do whatever you want to do. So that's supposed to mean something. So if I'm the nigga that you selected, I passed the test, I'm trustworthy, I'm kind, I'm patient, I'm supportive, I'm all that shit. I'm your nigga. Because hopefully you got to pass on them tests to become your nigga. If I ask you that, it should be like, oh, this is Bae. He's my family. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll tell you because you've earned that. You've earned the reward to be
privy to that type of information.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't even be my man unless you just earn my respect like that. So she didn't want to tell me, and I was like, damn, what's that about? And then it's like, whole time I'm asking you because one, I know you're not good at money. Two, I know you got some things coming up. And three, I'm up right now. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to know how much so I could decide how much I'm going to give you. And I'm going to give you something. You didn't ask me, but I'm going to give you something. Because you know what? Like, let me float you.
Missed the blessing.
You know, I almost missed the blessing. Completely missed the lesson completely. You know what I mean? But I decided to give the blessing anyway. Once she realized there was no reason to be afraid. But it's like, are we choosing to be with men and like, what's the point of, like, how do you see a boyfriend? Because if I decide I'm going to date a girl, she's my family now.
Okay. This is my thing. I am a big believer in never telling people how much money you really have.
Damn, this is why they cooked me. Because everybody think like this apparently.
And I'm not saying, and the reason why is literally because of people just like to plot. Like, I just can't. It's something about.
You think your nigga gonna plot on you?
Not plot in a nasty way. So maybe the word is, I know plot could have a negative connotation to it. But I'm saying it, and I'm trying to say it in the most positive way. Like, you're now making plans with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to know, like, how much I got. Like, I don't know. Like, so for example, I've had a situation where it's like, okay, I told you I got $500.
Right. And this is your boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
Okay.
You ain't need money you ain't asked me for money for months.
Right.
Now you know I got $500. Now you need $2.
What do you need it for?
Just ask me for money. It's always an association when you tell people how much money you got as to what's coming next.
But let me ask you, like, did he need not want, did he need the money? Like, was there something that was going on in the background? It was like, you know what? I wasn't going to ask.
Necessarily. Like, not necessarily.
So could you possibly just chalk that up to the fact that maybe that person was just a little bit emotionally unstable? Because that's not an emotionally intelligent thing to do. Because it's about trust. So if, like, I know my girl, if she up and I'm not up, the first thing, before I even ask for anything, it's like when somebody say, oh, make yourself at home. Like, I'm hesitant to just open your fridge, even though you just told me that.
Yes,
because I need to make sure that the trust is never compromised, even though you letting me know, like, oh, it's love here. Walk around freely. Thank you. That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable to be here. However, I'm not just going to open your fridge. So I go into this with the same mentality, but like, at the end of the day, like this again, like I think by the time I've selected a woman, those type of things is out the window. Mm-hmm. If I was curious about those things, you wouldn't be my woman yet. You know what I mean? Like I would still be like, let me feel you out and let me see what you got really going on. But by the time I realize that you passed all the tests, then it's like I got you. Because if she asked me that question, I'll be like, this is how much I got. It's just that simple. It's like I got $1,000. I got $2,000. I got $3,000.
I'll let you know how much I got in my check-ins. And I could do that. I could do that. But in my savings, that has nothing to do with you. But like, all right, so for example, right? I think if we have a common goal or we know what's going on, like what you said in the beginning was true. Like I would know my partner's finances, how they move with money. Are they good with money? Things like that. So I already know these things. Right. And I don't think I've dated anybody yet that has better money management than me.
Okay. That's important.
So maybe that's also a thing as well.
That's important.
And I'm not saying like they don't have money, but like I'm somebody
money management.
Yeah, the money management skills is just maybe it's not on the same level. So it doesn't make sense for me to even tell you what I have because it doesn't even fucking matter. Like if you need help, I got you. That's what all you need to know is that if you need help or if I can assist in any way financially, I got you. But you don't need to know a value.
So I think it's safe to say that the guy that you're dating or the guy that you've dated, off top, you didn't see him as being like the man in your relationship. Like you got a man, this is your man, but you don't look to him or require him to be like the man. Like, you know what I mean? Like a leadership position, a certain kind of masculine presence.
Yeah, that was really therapist-y.
Nah, because look, I'm going to put it like this. If a man had your complete respect, you'd be like, oh, babe, this is what I got. Immediately. Wouldn't think nothing twice. Because I think we all know that's what it means to trust. Like when they say unconditional love, that's just like trust all the way to the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean?
Maybe I need to work on that.
But maybe it goes to say that maybe just the guys that you met, they're not there yet. Like you said, it's like they're not that great at managing money.
Yeah, so it's not that I don't trust, because I will fully, if I'm gonna date somebody, I'm gonna fully trust them. Like if we got to that point, like I haven't had many boyfriends in the 30 years that I've been on this earth.
Got you.
So like, I've only had 2.
Got you.
So I've dated. Yeah, so I've dated guys. Yes, boyfriend. No, boyfriend. I'll tell you how much. Depend, like for example, me and like my ex was supposed to like move in together or whatever. He was privy to what I had, what I didn't have, and things like that because we had a common goal. Right. But us randomly chilling in the house, like, yeah, I got this in my bank account. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's just not what we doing. Like, and I don't need to give you that information. What you think, Dany?
Yeah, what you think, Dany?
I'm kind of with Wolf on the like complete trust thing. But I feel like I also agree with you in regards to like niggas don't want to, like if they know you have a certain thing, they don't want to really like step up and like if they know you have money and they know they can still like give you money or whatever, like want to give you, like say you just worked and let me give my girl some money to go get her hair and nails done. If you know, a lot of times if you know you got money already, you're not going to give you no nails.
You think so?
Hair money.
Nigga, shit.
But I'm saying, I mean, listen.
But you giving your opinion, so go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the people that I've like really been in relationships with, like if I ask for money, yeah, like to just be giving me money like that. More so niggas that I never was really taking serious that would like just be giving me money like they didn't give a fuck. Like the niggas that I was like actually invested in. I wouldn't say they didn't take care of me because they did take care of me, but it's more so of a like, I'll give it to you if you need it or if you ask me for it. And I mean, most of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't like, oh, they were privy. I mean, I was open about how much money I had. I don't know if necessarily they were 100% honest about the money that they had. But to be frank, like in regards to like people knowing how much I make these days, I don't know if I'm really here for that because niggas do be plotting. Like, I literally had somebody, like, I sometimes don't even want to tell people what I do and where I work because I've literally had people Google how much money I make, and that's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
both
that's
friends
true.
and family have done it to me.
This is what I'm saying. People be odd. I don't know, cause like my last relationship, I remember he was like, you know, like trying to figure himself out or whatever. And then when he finally was getting
stable.
Yeah, when he was stable, he was like, "Oh, when I get paid, every time I get paid, I'm just gonna give you money." Like, and like he was telling people that, and people was like, "Why would you do that?" In the back of my mind, I'm like, mind your fucking business, bitch. Okay.
Trying to stop a blessing.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Mind your business. Like, you feel me? But yeah, so basically, like, you know, money was never an issue. But like I said, I'm not telling you what's in my savings. Like, that's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless we here to a common goal. Yeah. You know, like if you ask me right now and I'd be like, oh, I got $500 right now.
Would you tell Dany if she asked you?
No. Why does it matter? Why do you want to know how much money I have?
Let me give you context, Well, Akila is not really somebody who wants people, like, she will tell you like details, but certain details she's never going to tell someone. She's just that type of person.
I do respect
Why do you want to know that? No, that's a real question.
There's certain things like I think she has like trust, but 100% trust, like 100% of all of her trust.
She believes in saving something for herself.
Yes, the only person she trusts 100%, 1,100% is probably her parents and herself. Yeah, nobody else.
And listen, that's not a bad. I'm not here to shun it.
I have levels of trust with certain people. So like maybe I might, be pouring my heart out to you and crying. That's what you may be on that. You may be on a level there. I still won't tell your ass how much money I got, but it's just like, it's just, I think it's just levels to my trust. And I just feel like with money, it's real.
It's more so on a, like, never want to get caught lacking. Like,
yeah, I just don't feel like,
why they don't have access to your money.
No, but
it don't matter. Like, what?
That's different.
All right. So all I'm saying is,
even if it's never gonna happen, she's gonna think that one day, one possible one.
But
I'm telling you right now, through experience. I'm not speaking on some if it might happen, if it might not happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm speaking from true experience. I've told people how much money I have or made, and they asking for shit.
Okay, now. Those niggas probably never...
Not even niggas, in general, people in general.
But I'm only talking about...
relationship.
Yeah, so context, we was talking about, take it all the way back to the top.
Yeah.
Contextually, we were speaking about sharing content. And I was saying, like, I shared some content on social media and I got cooked because I was saying cooked, bro. And it made me feel away. I was like, if this was like 1,000 more people, I don't know if I can handle it. You know what I mean? Because I was saying that I think that if your girlfriend should be comfortable with talking about finances with you and sharing the number of finances that she got with you. You know what I mean? And then I got cooked by that. And I just think that is a sign. Like, money is like, from a philosophical perspective, like, money is money, but it's a value exchange, though. You know what I mean? It's not just a dollar with a number. It's what the money says, you know? So it's like the money. You gonna say something?
No, it's me. I was gonna say, I mean,
I'm not saying I haven't told people what I make. Like, I've dated somebody and I'm like, look, this is what I get every week. This is how much I make, and this and the third.
For a purpose.
But like I said, the savings, none of your fucking business.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm a person that, like, if I am invested, like, we're seriously dating, I will tell you. I will be transparent because I'm just a transparent person. Like, lying isn't my strong suit.
Yeah.
So me, like, I would tell my partner, I see where you're coming from with that. Like, you should be willing to give your partner 100% because at this day and age, I'm not dating you just for the sake of dating you. I'm dating 100%. You to build a life. So, you know, I do ask people, like, you know, you have good credit? Do you, like, I want to know these things. I want to know these things. And honestly, like, I'm not going to ask you how much you have in your savings right away. But if, you know, we're thinking about moving in with each other, I need to know how your savings are. I need to know how your finances are. There's a goal here. Like, you know, do I think that, like, could I give my person, like, say if I'm dating someone and they ask me, like, yo, do you make a lot of money? I mean, I will tell them I make over this amount of money.
Right.
I'm not going to give you my full dollar amount. I'm not going to tell you how much my check is every single time.
If it's not your boyfriend, you saying?
I mean, even if it's my boyfriend, like, I'm not going to tell you my exact figure amount every single time I get paid. No, hold on. Every time. If they ask me, like, if they were to ask me, like, oh, how much you got paid this week? I would be a little apprehensive, yes, but I would then think, like, this is my partner because, you know, we're together. But also at the same time, like, it has to be that has to just be the space that we're in. Like, you're telling me how much you make. I'm telling you how much I make. And it don't have to be like an exact figure amount unless we're like really living with each other or something like that.
It sounds like some circles is looping too hard right now, in the sense of like, there's a difference between the one I select to be mine and the rest of them. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm talking about.
I see what you're trying to say though.
No, I see what you. I'm talking about like. No, this is a person that you could be dating or whatever, and you're selecting them to be yours.
Yeah, and this is my girlfriend now. My boyfriend now.
No, but I'm saying, like, I know this is your girlfriend now, but I'm saying, like, money can be a conversation, but there are certain situations where money doesn't have to be very detailed.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you ask me, like, oh,
when you asked about the money, did you want to know what was it? Like, what was, like...
I was asking because depending on how much she had,
was how much you was going to give.
Depending on how much I was going to give. And I could have, there's no limit to what I wouldn't give her, but to be smart about money too. Yes. You know what I mean? Because just because you got it don't mean, you know what I mean? So I was just like, depending on, okay, oh, you got that amount? I know just the amount to give you for this. Or let's say like a scenario where it's like, let's say your favorite artist is SZA. All right? You never seen her. You love her. You've been jamming the album top to bottom, bottom to top. It's getting on my nerves. You play this shit so much. You would love nothing more, right? Maybe I don't have it right now. Let's just create a scenario. I can see a woman definitely be in this position where she like, oh, like my nigga love Drake. He love Drake. She like, oh, fuck, I just spent my money on this type shit. But these tickets like $800. I know he might have it though. She'd be like, babe, like, how much money you got type shit? He'd be like, oh, I got 2,000, whatever. You think I can borrow 8?
I would more so ask a number though.
This is what, all right, that's so now that you threw that scenario out there.
I would ask them, like, babe, do you have $200 to lend me? Like, I wouldn't ask you how much money you got, because regardless or not, if you got it or not, I'm going to ask you. If you don't have it, fine. Right. If you got it,
that's fine.
So I'm with that on you.
And in the aspect of I don't know how killers think about it, but how I'm thinking about it, if you was going to give me money, like, just budget how much money you think I deserve. It shouldn't be how much money based on I have. Like, so if I had $200, you're gonna give me $600. If I had $500, you're gonna give me, like, regardless. Yeah. If I had in my mind, like, say if I wanted to give something to Akila for her birthday, and I say, oh, Akila's birthday, what do I think that Akila, what is a good number that would be good for me and would not be too much, but still good for my budget? It wouldn't matter on how much money Akila had, because I was gonna still give Akila $600.
I think it's slightly different because that's your friend, but you know what?
No, I'm talking about even in a partnership,
what I do when I really want some shit in regards to that scenario. If I really want something and I damn sure don't want to spend my money on it, or don't want to spend the whole thing, I hit niggas with, like, you could go half with me, like,
yeah,
let's do that.
Like,
that.
I think it doesn't
seem crazy for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go.
I think women and men think about money a little bit different.
100%.
I think women and men think about money a lot different, because women, I think sometimes, like, men have this, like, little thing in their head, like, I don't want her to be wanting me only for my money, or use me in regards for, like, how much money I can give for her, what I could do for her, opposed to a woman thinking, like, do he got this amount of money, like, you know, to make sure that
for stability.
For stability, not necessarily like,
trying to
use you, like, you know, I don't want to go out on a date with a guy if he only got $200. Not saying $200 is too little. I'm just saying, like, if he only got $200 left in his name, like, I don't want to go out with you, because now I'm not comfortable enough. Like, say if we go out to a restaurant and the food is slightly more expensive and you don't realize, like, I don't want us to be stuck there and then I had no money to do nothing, like, you know, like, because I've been there before. Like, I've been there struggling with niggas at dinners and shit, and I have to put up money. They got to put up money, and it's like
see, that's really...
So I'm okay, like I said, it's situational based with, like, letting people know, like, hey, this is what I got, this is what I can do, or whatever.
It's not going to be like a full, like, you see, even if I tell somebody,
I can do that. Like,
the thing is, like, even if I was to tell my partner how much money I make, you're not going to know 100% of how much I make, because because things change. I do overtime, I do this, I do that. Like, you don't need to know my every single penny in my account, like, all the time. Like,
I think, real quick, again, I think that it's not about the money, it's about what the money symbolizes. And the money, the money is symbolizing a lack of being in, you know what I mean? Because it's like there's apprehension. Apprehension does not come from positivity. You know, if we just chase the words all the way back to the seed from which they were planted, that does not come from positivity. It doesn't come from love. It doesn't come from comfortability. It comes from anxiousness. It comes from stress. And it comes from apprehension.
But
negative feelings.
But what
men associate money with leading as well.
But it's just comfortability. It's like, why aren't you comfortable with me?
You know, the thing, it's not about that. The thing is that money is the root of all evil. Like,
no, it's not. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the desire for money is the root of all evil.
That's the thing.
Again, money is the value. It's not the money.
But okay, the desire for money or wealth is the root of all evil. And the thing is that, like, it could really like the thing about, it's just to say, it's really not about trusting that person. It's about, like, once you know that somebody has a certain amount of stuff, like, the way you view them is different. The way you view them.
It depends though. Like, it depends, because everybody's not the same, right? You got different type of people. There's some people, they have a limited mindset, right? Where they see money a certain kind of way and they just look at it at a low level way. Let me ask you another question though. So if a guy, and I think this correlates, if a guy, he's your fiance, and y'all gonna get married soon, and then he told you like, oh, like, before we get married, let's just, I would like a prenup.
I mean, if he had a lot of money before he met me,
you cool with that?
Sure. Like, what am I? It's not my money at the end of the day. Like, I don't.
Now,
hold on. Do I want a nigga to ask me? You see, you asked me a question, and there's like I said, do I want a nigga to ask me if we could get a prenup? No, I don't want him to ask me if we want to get a prenup.
Why?
But if I wanted a prenup, why would he get, like, I have to be fair. Like, if I was rich before I met you and I wanted a prenup, like, I can't really be mad that you're rich and you want me to sign a prenup. But at the same time, in both aspects.
But why wouldn't you want it though?
Huh?
Like you said, you'll be
because
cool
I know
with
I
it.
wouldn't do that. Like, I know I wouldn't violate his money. Like, if he came in here with a certain amount of money, like, I'm not gonna try to milk you because you can provide for me.
It sounds good. It sounds good. Like if that nigga did some crazy ass shit, you want to get a divorce. The first thing you gonna think to yourself is, I'm raping this nigga pockets when we hit the courts.
Listen, what am I going through right now? Am I raping this nigga pockets?
Would you have if y'all was married and getting a divorce?
I mean, listen, just pay what you're supposed to pay and let me the fuck go.
So you wouldn't want any of his money?
If we built stuff together, sure, like, give me my half of the things. But if you, like,
he's rich, you're not.
If I'm with a rich nigga by time, this is how I feel. If I'm with a rich nigga, right, and he's rich, my nigga, by the time we get married, all that, I'm rich too because I'm building my money too. Like, okay, a rich nigga most of the time is gonna give you some money to get yourself together. Like, you should never be with a rich nigga and sit down
and be broke at the
end of that richness. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So at that time, like, if we break up or whatever, I'm trying to put myself in a better predicament. Like, have I always done that? No, but you have to learn from your situations. Like, you can't just be going through shit. And honestly, like, at the end of the day, like, I can't be entitled to your money because it's not my money. Like, you helped me. I had an opportunity to get myself up. If I didn't take the opportunity to get up and you want to leave with your money, I can't really be tight because I fucked up. I fumbled the bag.
This is how I feel with the prenup.
With the prenup, yeah.
If someone asks me for a prenup, I'm gonna be a little like,
you made.
But I'm not mad about it. But I need to know that you, somewhere in that clause, you got me.
I respect that. Like,
that's all I want to know. Like, at the end of the day, like, so if you're rich, right? And say, for example, like, I'm now accustomed to this lifestyle that we're living now. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Being okay with having it all.
Right.
And, my life won't be the exact same, which will be fine. But, like, make sure I'm okay. Like, so if there's a clause in there where you're like, say you're like, I don't know, like you make 800,000 every a year. I would. It would be nice if you said at the end of this you could get 100,000.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm cool with that. Like you don't have to give me alimony.
I think
be
you should
stuck
do that.
and tied to me. But what happens is people never plan for the worst. Like I'm in the back of my mind, I'm planning for the worst. You don't know what can happen.
Why do you need his money to plan for the worst?
Yeah, I think plan for the worst is not the word. I think a better way to look at it as a woman is like, let's say like let's say he was rich when you came into the marriage, right? But then because he's rich, you obviously benefit from some of his resources. Mm-hmm. And so you build yourself up. So really it's like, even if the worst is to come, because you built yourself up to be another strong pillar in y'all's marriage, if y'all separate, it's like, well, now I'm just a strong ass pillar. It was to be a strong pillar for us as a family, but now our family is a little different now. So now,
yeah, I'm not saying I'm not gonna have anything, but I would want to be. I want a backup plan. That's really what it is.
This is the same thing as like, you know how like, sometimes you be like, yo, you never want to. That's the main reason why you don't want to be a housewife, or you don't want a nigga.
I don't want half of nobody's anything.
But that's the thing. Like, that's my thing. Like, why is it a problem really for the prenup if you aren't really going to ever put yourself in a situation where, you know, a nigga's taking care of you 100%? So why does it matter if you get a prenup or not? Like, honestly, I'm not gonna say it sounds good. Like I wouldn't want a nigga to ask me for a prenup. But if he asked me for a prenup and we was together, I understand the concept. Like, yo, this nigga was rich before he got with me, and he gotta protect himself, because honestly, we both gotta protect ourselves, because you never know what can happen when it comes to like marriage and shit. Anything can happen. Things can go left very quickly in the drop of a dime, and you don't even realize. So you always have to be prepared. Sometimes you think you with somebody, you've been with them for 10 years, and then 11 comes and this person turns into a fucking demon. Like,
and a prenup is just a contract. Like, I like what you said, just make sure I'm all right.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that should be written in the prenup.
Yeah, because I think that because they have clause in prenups, a lot of time they have a cheating clause in prenups with like rich guys.
Oh, right. I heard. Yeah, you're right.
So like, if you cheat, the prenup is null and void and things like that, or whatever the case may be. But of course, I would build myself up. Like, I'm not gonna just be hoping that, you know, whatever money I get, you know, whatever. Like, I just feel like I'm never going to just be not have anything. But like I said, I want to be sure. And even if the roles were reversed, if you know, I asked for a prenup and he said that, I would be like, yo, look, I want a prenup to protect myself and my, you know, and the money that I have. You could get anything from me, but I will also make sure that you good as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the roles are reversed. There's women that
I think it's indicative. Like, I think that that little clause.
Because look what happened with DJ Mustard.
No, but I'm saying, like, look at the clause. Like the clause. I will put a clause in there. Like, okay, if you're supposed to get a certain amount of money, even if we get divorced, the only way you gain that money is if this, like, say if you cheated on me and we get a divorce, you're not getting no fucking money from me.
Oh yeah, I put that up in there too.
Yeah, you're not getting no money. You say so. I feel like,
and no alimony. I don't need to be tied
like,
to you for.
I don't know. Like,
if I had to give a man alimony, I would be so upset.
Mary J. Blige type shit.
Yo, I don't even want a man that wants alimony. Like, God, please don't ever put that in my life. Like,
Mary J. Blige, Wendy Williams, all these women that have like, that are financially stable, you know, like they got men. But also too, let's not forget though, you gotta, cause you never know. He could have been the provider and then now you down, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what the situation could be or what it is. But people change. Like, you might think you know somebody and you be like, damn, who is this man? Like, who is this? Like, this not the person I dated, I slept next to every night. So like, you never want to be caught out there with somebody changing up on you. And then you really happens. You know, you riding up Schitt's Creek. Like,
yeah, it's definitely true. But we were just chatting, y'all. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Heard You Sis podcast. Of course, you know, it's the girl, Dany B.
And I'm Kilz.
Yeah.
And you heard Wolf in the background.
Yeah,
you know?
Wolfie Wolf, our favorite engineer. My week was shit. How was yours?
My week was good. My week was really good. I would say that. The weather was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I actually I caught up on so much good sleep this week. You know what I'm saying? I was like legit going to sleep at like don't judge me like 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was out, knocked the fuck out. I'm talking about really sleeping for like 12 hours. Like, but yeah, my week was really good. Let's get into it. What's the word?
You're gonna have to dictate this episode because I don't have my phone with me right now. It's over there charging.
I was to say, girl, what you did? You lost that shit?
But then I'm pulling a Kilz this week. I don't know.
What you pull? What's it mean?
Like putting on lip gloss and shit in the middle of the episode.
I'm dead.
Like, doing all kind of wild stuff. But y'all gonna get raw me today. I don't feel like being professional.
Okay, so we want to talk about. Give me a second. I just want to say, like, last night, it was a lot, and I was fucked up. I was fucked up.
We had a time.
We did. The food, I forgot I even ate my food from last night.
I forgot to tell you. Yo, why went out with my friend after we left each other? And we in the club. Not a club, it's like a little lounge with a backyard or whatever. And we back there, whatever. We buy a drink. We chilling. We smoke a blunt. Chilling. I'm bopping to the music, dancing to the music. And, I turn to the side and I'm hot. I'm not even paying attention. Like, I got my hand on my hip like this. Girl bumped me once. And I'm like, it's nothing. It's fine. It's cool. But she drunk. Like, she drunk. I could tell. Like, I'm on that Shio. So it's like, like you chilling. Like, so she bumps me like 2 more times. And then, like, it's like she's, like, out of her mind, like, looking all delusional, like, and she's saying stuff, but she not saying nothing. So I'm like, you good, ma, don't worry about it. Like, I ain't stressing over that, like, but I got my glasses on. So I'm like, nah, don't worry about it, we good. Like, so I guess I must be looking stink or something, but I'm looking at her like, I don't know what's going on. And I keep saying it. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Shades aren't welcoming.
Yeah, but I had the shades on since the minute I walked through the door. I ain't just put it on.
No, I understand that. But you said maybe you look stush, but like...
But okay, so then she said, I said, yo, I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, yo, what's going on right now? I have no clue. And I keep looking at another girl. I'm like, I'm so confused on what's going on. She's like, don't look at her for a thing. So now I'm like...
She said what?
Don't look at her friend. For reassurance. So I'm like, this girl think I'm pussy. And I'm just like, I said, miss, I don't know what's going on. And I'm so confused. So she's just still staring at me. And I'm just with my glasses, bobbing my head away. And then my friend was like, yo, let's just go. Like, I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out. You're drunk. I'm not that drunk. I'm taller than you. You shorter than me. You doing all of this. And you can't even get the words out your mouth. Like, you sitting here trying to start a fight. Listen, girl, I'm not fighting. I'm 30. And I have a career and I have a life. And y'all bitches be in the club looking a fucking mess, acting a dumbass fool. And I just don't get it. So last night, my night got cut a little early because niggas was being dumb. Like, it wasn't even like she was pressing me or nothing. It was just like the air just got weird. And I know if I was drunk, it would have escalated. But because I was on that Shio, I was kind of just like, what is going on with these dumb bitches? Like, just stupid.
That's crazy, though. It's like, so wild. I'm leaving the club. My wig fell off. I can't even.
Yo, that was just... And I kept telling our friend, Akila did not take her wig off. She like, yes, she did. I said, she will never take her wig off. Ever in any experience, no environment. Like, she don't even like wearing head ties outside. Why would she come in the club and take her wig off? Like, that's just not who she is. Like,
no, my shit was all right.
It was sliding off.
All right. So I be wearing like U parts, right? And I usually got the meeks under the braids. I mean, I usually got the meeks. This is what
I tried to tell
her. I usually got the meeks, but last night. I didn't though. My hair is actually like straightened and done. And so I don't have, my U part is combs and not clips. Cause clips be snatching, my nigga, and I don't got the time. Like, I done had a couple of bald spots fucking with the clips. But yeah, like it wasn't secure. So yes, my shit slid. Okay, my shit did slide, and as I was getting in the cab, it literally in my hands. Okay,
it was falling off in the club, and I was trying to fix it back, and that's how I knew you didn't have braids under there. That's how I knew to tell her, like, her hair, it's slipping out of her hair. It's not coming out of. She's not taking it off. I said she has no braids under there, so it's just slipping
I'm
down.
dead. I was just, it was like a little something to just throw on, because I had to do my hair, but whatever. Anyway, let's get into what's the word.
What's the word? What we popping this off with?
Why all these people turning to the Lord? What's going on with that?
Listen, I have thoughts about that, and I'm gonna keep it cute because thou shalt not judge. I'm not judging anybody. I just want to say, I hope you guys are not playing with the Lord. Listen, if you're gonna have a journey, be serious about it. All it is doing these little rituals and recording it on social media and all that stuff. Like, honestly, if I was to get baptized, y'all would never know, because you know what? That is between me and the Lord. I just think that a lot of people are doing it, and when they're doing it, they're turning around and doing the same things, just godly. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. But let me mind my business, because who am I to judge?
Okay, I think religion is too strict, hence why I don't follow it. Too many rules, too much to be doing. Like, it's
not even about that. It's just the contradiction in what you're doing. Like, if you say,
but that's what I'm saying though. Like, why do I have? All right, so like, just because I found the Lord, right? Mm-hmm. Does that mean that I still can't drink and turn up with my bitches?
That's not what I mean.
So what you mean then?
I'm saying, like, okay, cool. Like, you say that you're not beefing with somebody, but then you go on a show and you talking mad smack, like, oh, God forgive me for doing all of this stuff.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
God forgive me. Oh, I want to repair this and that with this person, yada, yada, yada. But then you go on the show and you're gossiping about a person. And I'm just like, okay, like, if that is what you're gonna do, like, it's kind of contradicting each other. Like, you're saying that you're searching for this, but you're doing something different. I understand we all fall short or whatever, but don't proclaim all of this stuff and then turn around in the next breath and do the stuff that you said that you're not doing anymore. It's kind of like, are you doing this for clout, or are you doing this because this is something you really have intentions of doing? Like, I'm all here for you coming to God, doing what you need to do, finding yourself, doing a lot of stuff, but it shouldn't be it shouldn't be today you're doing it and tomorrow you, like, in the same breath, like, yeah, I was doing that yesterday, but today I'm doing it today. Like, are you really taking God serious? And everybody
but what does finding God look like?
Everybody's way is different. I'm not even gonna sit here and, like, that's why I said I'm not judging anybody.
No, I don't think you judging. I think you're just saying your opinion. But
everybody's journey is different. But the thing about it has to be intentional. Intentionality is what makes your relation with God, like, I guess, grow. Is just being intentional about the things that you want. Like, right now, okay, cool. Just for example, me, I said that I want to be celibate. Okay, cool. I'm being intentional with being celibate because I know that there's a goal that I want to accomplish. It's my intentionality is not like solidified in never ever having sex again, but it's solidified in finding what I really want out of my relationship with God, or whatever the case may be. Like, actually acquiring and getting closer with God. Like, my celibacy is not based on never having sex again. It's just to get closer with God. So if, like...
Yeah, I just think, like I said, back to my original thought, religion has way too many rules. And, like, I just, like, as a human being, there's so many things out there. I still have a personality. And, at the same time, what I would say about the gossiping thing, that's now, like, I feel like if I'm looking at somebody that says they're, like, they found God, what I'm now looking at is not if you wearing long skirts
No,
your ass ain't showing. That has nothing to do with it. Now, your personality changing, like that's what I see that as. So like when you go on the interview, it's like, yo, I don't even want to talk about that because that's not doing anything to make me better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't talk to that person no more. And me and this person don't get along. We probably won't get along. And finding God,
keeping it cute,
and finding God is not gonna change that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like just being like, you know,
keep it. The thing is that again,
walking more in a positive light is what I would say.
That's
like,
what I'm saying, and
it has nothing to do with your social activities and things like that. Is what I would say.
I agree. I agree because I'm not. And the thing is that like, I feel like even with the basics of like, I feel like religion can be very strict, but even with the basics, I feel like people are lacking. Like, number one thing about like being Christian is like, you know, love, the main agape love. Like, we cannot give agape love, but we try to achieve the giving of agape love, which is unconditional love, like loving people for who they are, not trying to, you know, letting people be who they are.
But what religion doesn't speak about is that everyone has different personalities.
Yeah.
I don't get along with you.
Just because you don't get along with them doesn't mean that you don't have love for them in your heart.
I don't have love for you
kindness in your heart. And love
I don't want to see nothing happen to you, but I don't feel nothing for you.
But that's the thing. You see, having love for people in your heart doesn't necessarily, is not indicative of you, you know, wanting something bad to happen to them, or like just because you don't want to.
I don't like the word love, and I think that's where I'm stuck at. Like I said, walking in a positive light. Like, yes, me and this person.
Just so I can just for my own purposes, can you Google what love, the meaning of love is? Because, you know, just simply being kind to somebody, or like grace. That's what I want to say. Just being graceful towards other people, no matter what they do to you. Always still giving them grace. Now, I'm not saying if somebody slap you in the face, you should just let them slap you in the face. It's not what I mean.
Okay.
Good.
An intense feeling of deep affection.
Mm-hmm.
A great interest and pleasure in something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Love is deep. The word love is, I think, is too much. Like,
I mean, for me, do I don't know. I guess maybe the
love
word
is a strong word. It is a strong ass word.
For me, it's like, just because I'm using the word love doesn't mean that I'm in love with you. Like,
but that's why I think we should use a different word. I think it should just be
maybe. I mean, for you, I use love because that's what's in the Bible. Love your neighbor. Like,
I think kindness would find its way.
It wouldn't even be kindness, because kindness is.
Being kind to you is like, okay.
I mean,
like,
I think the word that you're looking for, though, is grace. But that's what I'm saying. Grace is something like, you don't do something to somebody because they did something to you, or you don't react because they did. Like, grace is just letting them go. Like, you're not doing anything negative to them. You're not doing anything good. You're just letting them slide, just moving on. They're not in your way, not in my way. Cool. Like,
okay.
So, but yeah. Anyway, like, I mean, I'm happy to everybody who is finding, you know, God. Just like, you know, take it serious, because, you know, God is a serious God. He doesn't like to be played with.
So basically, also to jump to the next thing, Donald Trump is getting indicted. He got indicted, right?
Yeah, he's in jail.
No, he's not.
They let him out?
When did he go to jail?
He got arrested. He literally got arrested. They just didn't give him a mugshot. He got arrested.
He is not in jail.
Yeah, you check Google, see if he's in jail. He got arrested.
Child.
Yeah, Donald Trump. I don't. From last time I saw, unless they let him out, he got arrested. But they just didn't give him a mugshot.
No, I understand that, but arrested though, like
I mean, he could listen. Wow. If he doesn't, he got arrested, correct?
He got yes, they said Donald Trump was arrested on Tuesday.
Yep. So this is my whole thing with that. I'm gonna say it. If they do not charge Donald Trump with what he has done, because they obviously found information about him doing these things, because it took hell and high water to even get him in custody. if they do not charge Donald Trump with his crimes, the justice system is going to be looked at as a joke.
Because he already made America look like a joke already.
The justice system is already primarily jokey. So if they literally let him go, because they definitely impeached Bill Clinton for letting Monica, do her little thing. So
the crazy thing is, I never understood why that was a thing.
I honestly, I guess it's a morale thing. But
politicians don't have morality for the most part. Most of them don't. They do wild shit all the time.
Yeah, morale is real low in the government system. But hey,
I'm not even gonna get deep into it. But I just think, first of all, I lost $20 just now.
How?
I had a bet with my homegirl. She was like, Donald Trump is getting arrested. No, she was like, oh, Donald Trump is getting indicted. And I was like, I don't think so. She was like, all right. She was like, and he getting arrested. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, if he get indicted, I give you $10. If that nigga gets arrested, I give you $20.
Well, I'm going to tell you two things. The government really did want him bad. They wanted him. Like, the Democrats wanted that nigga bad.
I mean, but he was rigging votes,
he was
mad stuff.
He did a lot of things.
I'm going to be honest, I really and truly feel like Hillary won. There's no fucking way that lady ain't win.
I think that, you want me to be honest?
What?
I don't think America wants a woman president. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they want a woman president. Not even to try to be like, oh, it's too patriarchal. The society is too patriarchal. Like, niggas don't want to hear nothing from women like that. They want us to just fall in line. And they know, like, even though they know, like, if we get our hands on the kind of control that they don't want us to have, government will be completely different. It would be completely different.
I think we should really have stipulations on what will qualify you to become a politician.
I mean,
the first one is, if your family ever owned slaves, you're done. That's it. You shouldn't even fucking be in office. That's crazy to me. Like, you telling me you own my grandfather and now you in office holding position? You telling me...
I mean, granted, every person is not their ancestry. So you can't really say that because, some people could have owned slaves and they've evolved past that state of mind of...
Let's be real. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't care if you changed. There's something racist still up in your family lingering around. And whether or not you rose above it or not doesn't fucking matter to me.
So you saying that generational curses cannot be broken?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for the sake of my sanity, as someone who's had family members that were slaves, I think that yes, I would like to make that choice. Because guess what? If I, for example, was like a Nazi, if I was a Nazi, you think the Jews is gonna let me convert? If my family lineage had some Nazi dealings in there, think they would let me convert to Judaism?
I mean...
No, the fuck they wouldn't.
Just hear me out. You talking about, okay, so if your family owned slaves 7 generations ago, let's say 7. I'm even going to push it further. 10 to 15 generations ago, are you a politician? You feel like that should be reflective of you being able to be a politician? That should... Because let's flip it. Let's flip it.
How can you flip that?
I'm saying, like, if my father was a murderer, everybody's saying, oh, your father's a murderer, so you got murderer in your blood too. Like, I'm not saying that white people don't be having some demon shit.
All right,
in
so
their
I
blood.
could give you an example.
But I don't think that's like somebody's life career goal should be.
If your family was a mob, right? Uh-huh. Your whole family was a mob. Your grandfather, your great-grand, your great-great-great-grandfather was in a mob. Mm-hmm. Are you really telling me that I should elect you as a politician?
I'm not saying...
Do you think that's a good choice to do?
What I am saying to you is I'm not saying that, if it's a close generational thing that you should, but I'm saying like, I don't think there has to be
that long ago.
Like a limit or something like that. You talking about now. I'm talking about in general, like 10, 15.
But you said 7 generations.
You said a clause. You said a clause. You didn't say.
I don't think so.
No, but I'm saying.
Well,
but a
let
clause
me ask you.
Hold on. Let me finish. A clause can think about when we first started as a government or whatever the case may be. There's shit in there that should not exist anymore because that but it does, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
and you know who's holding strong to this? You said, I promise you, Mitch McConnell family owned slaves.
Well, I believe it.
Look at how he's acting in office, though.
But that's the thing.
That's indicative of that type of behavior.
But he's acting like that. You see, like some people aren't acting like that. Like some people aren't acting like that. Some people aren't acting racist. Some people aren't doing racist things. Some people aren't thinking racist. I'm not saying I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying for a lifetime period, I don't think that's fair for the rest of the existence of the United States.
Okay, so in the clause, I think you should be at a certain generation.
Okay.
So like 12 generations ago.
Okay, we could do that. But I don't
you need you to be as far removed as fucking possible because it's not
it gotta be like generations where you could have never even existed at that time. You couldn't even have been a thought in anybody's mind. Your mother couldn't have been a thought. Your father couldn't have been a thought. Those parents couldn't have been a thought. Like,
if your father marched for against segregation or something, too young. We need more generations to be up in there.
If your father was like say if you related to like Christopher Columbus or some shit like that.
Okay.
Like,
I get
all right, come on.
That's too far ago.
That's too far ago.
That was long ago.
I was like,
look, Wolf. This is what I said. I said that I think if you're a politician, I think that there should be a clause in there that says that if your family once owned slaves, that you should not be allowed to run for office.
Okay. Why?
Because things like that can affect what's going on. I need you to be extremely.
She said once. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have owned slaves 700 years ago. Like,
you owned people.
But think about this. Think about like Angela.
Like,
Angela
that
Davis.
Is big. Like, you literally owned people. Like, human beings.
Wait, no. But
not dogs. But you ain't breed cats and cows.
I think this is I guess this is playing into your point. Angela, what was it? Angela Davis or something like that?
Yeah.
She's still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is the right person. Angela Davis, like her ancestors, I think was one of the first people that like either like got the slaves from Africa or something like that, or freed slaves. I can't remember. It was like one or the other. But she was so shocked that she was related to them.
She was related to some white people that did some shady things.
Yeah, she couldn't believe it. But I'm saying, like, look at how different ends of the spectrum she is on. She is fighting for freedom. She's fighting for freedom for Black people for her whole entire life. And her people, which she's
far enough removed.
But that's what I'm saying.
She's far enough removed. That's what I'm saying. That's where we got to that point where I said, you know what, you are right. Yeah, but like, you need to be far removed. I can
understand what you're saying, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if, like, I don't know. Back in government, they was wearing them little fake ass curly wigs with the pointy top, with the pointy flipped up elf looking shoes. Now that
they're still doing that in the UK.
Crazy.
They still do it in UK.
That's ugly, and I need to let it go.
It's very ugly. If
you had generations that was like did that, it's like okay, cool. That seemed like might have been far removed, but I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah. But I can't believe I can't believe this man got that man got
arrested.
But
let's switch it up. Like, okay, we were talking about like this these people who are like young, have promising careers, moving great in their careers, making terrible fucking decisions. As in like that young boy who's a basketball player and he has NFL, one of the two. I can't remember. I don't want to like misspeak.
It is basketball.
It's basketball. Okay. So basically, he's being, I guess, charged or going to court for possession of a deadly weapon. And I'm just trying to figure out, you're playing basketball in the court. Hey, you play, I know, cool. You got a promising life. Why are you just going to throw it away? Like, John Morant. Like, you know, just making poor decisions, knowing that, one, you're black. And
you don't live up to the same standard.
And two, like, why even put yourself in that predicament? You messing up your bag, you messing up your career, you messing up your life. Like, why do that? Like, you know, and I just don't understand what's going through these people's mind. Because if me as a regular person can look at that girl yesterday and think, I got a whole life to live. I'm not about to be tussling with your funky ass in the club. Why can't you think, you know what? I got a whole life to live. I'm not going to be fumbling around with your fucking gun, because I don't need to be fumbling around with no goddamn gun. Like,
and I will say this, like, all right, he's in high school, so he hasn't reached the point yet where he's getting money.
That's even worse.
So what I would say is maybe he's dealing with things in his neighborhood where he feels unsafe or whatever the case may be. So that may be a thing. Now, John Morant is totally different. Like, and based off of from what I know, you ain't even grow up like that. So why are you fiending? Like, why are you fiending to live up to some fake ass standard of like being tough and hood and shit like that? If that's not who you are, it is what it is. Like, I don't know what the allure is of being dangerous, but it's
what's
like,
the difference between the young kid who's in I guess.
The only thing I would say is that he's in high school.
I know, and he has and I would say, like, you know, when
so I don't know what his
really...
home life is hitting for.
No, I get, you know,
but it's still stupid. It's still stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess, you know what, like, because I do see, like, with younger kids that, you know, if you're trying to stay out of the way, but you getting fly, you getting money, like, people do be jealous of you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I do see, like, you know, why you would want to protect yourself or whatever. But at the same time, like, where were you going with this gun? Like, how did they get the gun from you? Like, you know, mm-hmm. like, were you driving around with the gun? You're not even licensed to have a gun. Why do you have a gun? You're 17 years old. So confused. You don't even need a gun because you're not supposed to have one. So this is where I'm doubling down on. It's like the choices are not really smart. Like, you're not supposed to have a gun. One. Why not have like some mace, a knife or something? Mm-hmm. A gun? Like a gun?
A gun is crazy.
That's the farthest of extremes. Like a taser, you know, BB gun, maybe a real gun?
A little mace.
Like, come on, like a real gun? Like, I never had the desire to even possess a real gun. If I had the opportunity to, at this day and age, maybe, because, you know, it's getting a little spooky out here. But
I mean, if you grew up in an environment where you felt as though you needed to have a gun to protect yourself, maybe it would have been different.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's just not giving all, like, how did you get a gun? That's what I keep thinking about. Did your mom give it to you? Probably not. Did your dad give it to you? Probably not. Did you get it from one of your hoodlum friends? Probably.
Yo, that shit told your age so bad just now.
What? Hoodlum?
Yeah.
Hooligan? All them words.
Yo, I'm so dead. Like,
but yeah, I mean, I'm praying that he learns his lesson from this. I'm not trying to, like, you know, double down on, you know, him making a bad decision, but I just think that people need to be smarter about the things that they're doing, knowing, like, people were mad at me when I was saying that, like, when Meek Mills went to jail, he was like, I didn't think that his sentencing was right for the bikes, but my thought process was like, nigga, you know they on your fucking heels. Why are you out here doing bad shit? You know,
yeah, like, try to stay low.
Stay low. Like, why are you out here doing stuff extra? Like, do I feel like he deserved to go to jail for that? No. But you could have prevented it. Stop fucking trying things thinking that you could get away with it. Most of the time, if they get a chance to catch your ass, they gonna get you every time. Stop putting... This is the stuff that I be saying. Stop putting yourself in situations that you don't want to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
and then crying when it finally happened to you.
Yo, let me ask you something. If you told me that you wanted to name your daughter something or your son or something like that, like you had a baby name, I know this is like not in relation to what we were just talking about, but if you had a baby name, right? Like, so say for example, like, I don't know, you wanted to name your daughter like Ella, right? And I go and name my daughter that. What would you do? Would you be tight about that?
I mean, that kind of happened. But I'm not gonna be tight because you had the baby first. Like, it's a name. Like, there's a million names. If I say that I wanted to name my baby something and you name your baby that, I can't be mad. You liked it too. Cool. We both gonna have Ellas.
Okay.
Don't be tight.
So you think you should not share baby names if you want?
No, I don't really care because if at the end of the day, if I really like that name, like, you know, I'll try to stay away from it because you are my friend. Mm-hmm. But if you take the name before I get to the name, I can't really be tight. Like, you got the name first. Like I know you want to name your baby Ryan. I would stay away from Ryan. I would stay away from Ryan. But, you know, I would stay away from that. I personally, if I know you want something, I'm not going to, like,
because I saw this clip from Sex and the City, and Charlotte basically was at a baby shower, and she was like, "Oh, what are you gonna name the baby?" And she was like, "I'm gonna name her Shayla," and she was like, "Hold the fuck up! Didn't I tell you I wanted to name my baby Shayla? Like, nobody should be naming their kids." It was like, so then what's her name? You know, the one that Samantha. Samantha comes out and was like, "What's the problem?" Like, and she was like, "She stole my baby name." And she was like, "You stole Shayla?" And she was like, "Fuck you, bitch." And they left. You feel me? But I was like, is it that serious?
It's not friendship ending. I mean, it's just like, damn, this bitch got my baby name. Fuck it.
I would feel away.
Yeah, I mean, what am I good? I mean, when it happens, like, you feel like,
I think I'm somebody who comes up with good names, so I'll, you know,
like it's like a at first, but then it's like, like, okay, like, you know, just move forward. Like, you know, can't really get tight about it. For me, like, if you take my baby name, you took my baby name. It's okay. There's plenty of names. I'm gonna come up with something else.
Okay. I mean, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is. All right, so we moving on to My Black is Blackity Black, y'all.
Definitely want to shout out our girl Angel Reese. That's her name, right? Angel Reese from LSU. For standing up for us. One, yeah, you're not gonna put me. I don't give a fuck about no sore losers.
That's a fact. Like what?
I don't care. Yeah, and they never did that before. And LSU's an HBCU, isn't it?
I do not think so.
Check it out. I think it is. Google.
I don't know. Listen, it is not.
We're not gonna give false information. We're always gonna go to Google because Google is where we can find the information. It may not be, but anyway, first of all, a lot of things that people would be doing against, like, be like really microaggressive, and it's annoying. Like, when she was playing the game, she did the John Cena, "You can't see me." That's normal for everybody to do during basketball.
Yeah, to be braggadocious and shit
like
that.
When you know you doing good, they talking about she arrogant. Nah, she's just like LeBron James. She's just like all these other players. A white girl did it, and she didn't get she wasn't like class and tactful and all that stuff.
Like people that literally be losing and shit like that. Like, for example, like a Conor McGregor. Nobody would have said that about him. Like, oh, he's bragging, he's doing all this other shit.
When it came to Floyd Mayweather, he's mad cocky, he's over this. That nigga can beat anybody up at this point. Like, what are we saying here? He has a right. We has the right to be cocky. So I feel like she had the right to be cocky because she was confident in what she did. She showed up, showed out, showed her ass, and made them cry and go home. And then Jill Biden decided that, you know what? We should pat these other motherfuckers on the back and congratulate y'all as well. No, that's not how it works.
It's a lot of coddling that's been going on with this, like, new generation. Like, why? Like, some people win and some people fucking lose. Like, that's just life. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go on a job interview, they interview 5 people, they only got
participation awards. Nigga, what? Why are you getting a participation award?
Like, that's crazy.
You're not supposed to get no good job award. Like, I think that, like, you should
receive accolades, like, as far as, like, you did good. Maybe you could do better next time.
But I'm not gonna
definitely heard that in life. Like, maybe I went for something, lost, and be like, you know what, you lost, but maybe you could try again or do something better next time.
I definitely feel
I don't think I should get a trophy too, because I didn't fucking win. Like,
and it kind of feels like a secondhand trophy. I don't want your secondhand stink ass trophy. I want it to win.
Yeah.
Don't give me no fucking. Listen, I remember when I did pageants, and I remember when I could talk about this now. But I remember how hard I worked to be and how much money I invested in everything. And just to place at the place I did, it didn't do anything for me. Like, it didn't make me feel good about participating because, bitch, I didn't win.
Hello.
I didn't fucking win. And even though I thought, damn, like, I'm a fly ass bitch, other people didn't think I deserved to win. And that's fine. And can I say I was salty? Yes, I was salty because I fucking worked my ass off. I ain't gonna lie though.
The last one, they stole from you, my girl.
But that's fine. Even people said that, like, oh, damn, like, she should have won or whatever. But I'm not stressing over that because at the end of the day, the person that won, I actually liked her and I thought she worked hard for it. Mm-hmm. Like, when you look back at stuff, you be like, yo, this person put bare minimum and got this. And this person put bare minimum and got this. And I put all of this and got this. And it's crazy. Like, that's just how life works. Sometimes you just not what somebody wants. And sometimes you just not going to win. And I'm not going to say, like, being a sore loser is the best way to go about it. But
you could be salty, though.
You could be salty. Like, you put your heart into something. But that doesn't mean that you deserve an appreciation award.
Right.
You could be salty, but it doesn't mean that you should get a secondary award. No. You still lost.
That is true.
You still lost. So, good job, Angel Reese. There was something else that I wanted to... There was someone else. I do feel like I want to say this. Like, I definitely want to commend Blac Chyna on never walling up her mother. Not never, but like in these...
Not constantly walling her mother up?
Yeah. Like,
she told her, she was like, you want to fight? Like, she want... Like...
But I'm saying since then, since that show, like, she's like literally tried to ignore everything. And I'm just like, God damn, like, I can't imagine. I swear to God, I probably would have served my mom a cease and desist. Like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, I think...
Because it's a little much. But you know what? I'm not calling her mom a bitch because that's disrespectful. But I'm just saying, like, it's not nice to do that to your child. Like, this is the person that you brought into this freaking world.
I think her mom has a lot of trauma. And I also think her mom is jealous of her.
But she did something different with her life.
Not even that. I just think that her mom was wilding too.
But that's what I'm saying.
It just wasn't documented on camera. Look what her mother was doing the other day. Had her leg cock up on the wall.
But that's my thing. I think that Blac Chyna did...
She got it from her mother.
Let me
literally,
say this.
she just made M's off of it.
But that's the thing. Angela, because I'm going to be respectful and call her what she wants to be called.
What I call her just now? Chyna?
Yeah, we called her Chyna.
But
no, but we've seen her evolve, and even in situations where she really should be wilding, she be chilling. Like, so I don't want to say that she has not made bad decisions. I mean, everybody makes decisions.
I don't even think her decisions necessarily
were all that terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she was just, young. She was wild and free. She's just wild and free. That's how I feel it.
And I think that her mother, as a mom, like, she should just, like, ease up off of her a little bit. Because I'm saying, like, this is your daughter. Like, you only had one child from what I know. You only had one daughter. And you're only going to have one daughter at this point. So for you to, like, not be supportive of her goal is kind of frustrating. Because she really seems like she's trying to do something a little bit different with her life. And it's been kind of like over the last couple of years I've been seeing her like really like kind of...
I want to know how her mother make money.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, some of these influencers be making money you don't even know. Like, I'm telling you, just having influence get you some money. People just be giving their money away to influencers. Like,
cause she used to be like, yo, I'm late sleeping in my car and da-da-da-da. And I used to be like, is this by choice or is this by... Because I really can't see... It's so hard to not call her Chyna. I can't see Angela not giving her mother no money.
That's what I'm... See, I think that she probably was, but, when you giving somebody money and they not used to having money, you know what they do with it?
Squander it.
And fumble it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I definitely feel like, she could possibly be helping her out, but at the same time, like, I could understand why she wouldn't want to help her.
Mm-hmm. I could see that too.
I could see why she wouldn't want to help her, but
I hope they mend that relationship because it seems like they, it just seems like when past good, traumas has really, when they good, they be good. When watching the kids, all that.
Like and like I see that being so triggering as a child. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. Her mother gonna hold her down though, because when the Kardashians was coming for her, her mother was like, "No, no, no, I ain't gonna do this." I wonder what's her mother's real name?
I think it is Tony.
It might be Tony, right?
I think it's Tony. But listen, let me stop speaking on people's personal situations. That ain't my business.
I never even realized that the names is kind of like Asian countries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just realized that too.
Tokyo and China, like,
I just realized that too. But
yeah.
I guess.
Well, Tokyo's a city.
This is a random
not a country.
Yeah, it is a city. This is like a random rant. We were talking about like how like people, like, you wonder how people make money, and I really literally realized the other day, like, people are so freaking nosy and so.
I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I am be honest. That was nosy of me.
No.
It was.
What?
Me wanting to know how much money how she make her money.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
that's none of my fucking business.
No, that's not even where I'm going with that.
Oh, but I'm just saying I was being nosy.
Let me tell you what I was saying. Mm-hmm. People are so nosy and invested in other people's life that they are willing to subscribe and pay $9.99 to get special access into celebrities' lives. That is fucking sick to me. That's a sickness. I'm not paying to know your fucking business. Bitch, if it's not on your regular page, good luck.
Over. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when Gossip in the City was doing that, I was like, I thought about it. The tea was piping, okay?
And now what did I say to you?
Piping hot. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I can't be there. I ain't gonna lie. We was thinking about splitting it, all that. Like, it was like, you know. But I was like, it's not worth it. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care enough.
So many times
to pay for it.
I said it so many times. Like, I am not invested in people's business that much to pay for it. Mm-hmm. I will watch a vloggy blog. That's fine. I will watch. But if I have to actually put money in your pocket to actually gain access to know more about your life, that you
don't even want out there, like somebody else is publishing all this shit about you.
But the thing is that not even that. Not only that, Instagram has subscribers, so you pay for these people's page and you get special lives, special access. They give you special details about their life. So they make you pay to know special details about their life. And that's a great business. But the fact that personally
are not going to
the fact that you could get 500,000 people to subscribe and pay $9.99 a month just to know special things about you is fucking insane to me.
Yeah, that is a little crazy.
That literally makes me feel like people are unhinged.
But then again, let's think about it. I mean, people have been paying for tea for years. Before it was a magazine, now it's a subscription on Instagram.
And that's what I'm saying.
Like you had a magazine subscription to People magazine, and what's the other? Inquirer.
But the thing is that that's a little different because it wasn't. It wasn't only Inquirer. These magazines are not only based on like New York Times. Let's say New York Times. You see, magazines. Not all magazines are gossip based. Some are information based. And the thing is that
I'm just focusing solely on gossip magazines. Like People magazine is like a gossip magazine.
Yeah. People, I understand people were paying for that, but I wouldn't loop that in a whole like magazine thing. I'm talking about like personal people business, like what we doing right now. Like saying like, okay, I watched somebody vlog. Fine, they got a brand. You see, like I'm willing.
But what I'm saying is that with a magazine, they skipped the step of. They are doing that. Yeah. They're paying people for tips and inside scoops and shit like that. And I'm actually paying them to get that information by subscribing to the magazine.
Yeah.
So indirectly, I'm still paying for tea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's not as piping hot as an Instagram subscribe.
I guess, but I mean, I guess for me, it's still the same because I wasn't buying no magazines and stuff like that to know people business. I wasn't paying, and I don't think my mom has paid. Like, it's just, we were never really invested in people business that much to pay for a magazine. Like, maybe if we see something.
I did have magazines. I did, like, my aunt had Ebony and Jet and stuff like that, but that was about it. But not no gossip magazines.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we was buying magazines, it was like magazines that have some kind of information, some kind of like
some interest to you outside of like
it. But that, I just think I feel like it's kind of weird that people are paying for access into people they have no idea about, like real people they never will ever meet in their life, 1000% never even get access to, just to get like certain details. I just feel like that's kind of weird. Like, mind your fucking business. Like,
yeah, it's a little intrusive,
and this just goes into another thing. I'm gonna wrap up my little fake rant. People be asking me questions that I don't understand why y'all thought y'all had the right to ask me that. Like, we don't even talk like that. Why are you asking me? So you and this nigga broke up? Bitch, when was the last time we spoke? Did we speak about, like, I understand I spoke about the podcast. It's something that I'm voluntarily sharing, or my story, I'm voluntarily sharing. But if I'm saying something and I didn't openly say something, why are you asking me personal details? We not on that level. Like, don't ask me no questions to things that you know I never even spoke to you about. Like, we never spoke about things. Like, and it's not only about that, but it just be stupid. Like, people just be too entitled to the details of your life, and it'd be weird. Shayla talked about that in her story one time. And she was like, why do you feel like you have the right to either ask me or give your opinion about shit that I never even expressed to you?
Yeah, I think it's a bit intrusive. Like, you know, like, I ask people questions about things, but the conversation has to lead there.
Yeah,
like it has to be some type of precedent set in the conversation that says, okay, the doors are now open. I am able to now walk through and ask this question. Like, so to me, I think it just depends. But to just randomly be asking people their business is so crazy. It's times, of course, you want to know things. Of course, you want to know. Of course, it's intriguing. Like, ooh, you know, like, of course. But let that person get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them get to that. That's how I feel. Like, had this person had asked you, like, okay, like, oh, what's going on with with you and such, and after you know what I'm saying? Like, or why this person not here or something. Like, there's just certain questions to ask to lead to certain things, and I feel like, you know.
But another thing, I feel like people don't use context clues either. Like, common sense is not so very common. Like, it just be like, perfect example. I say the dating pool has piss in it. Y'all not my type. Why are you asking me, am I single? When was I ever talking about the dating pool when I was in a relationship? If I don't look like I'm with that nigga, you don't see me with that nigga, why are you asking me about this nigga? And then you have some people who, like, I have one girl, she was like, we was kikiing about that, because she was like, yo, I definitely peeped. I went through the stories. I went through the videos. I was listening to the things that you were saying. I was hearing that you were saying. I said, yeah, they not together. She put 2 and 2 together. I
put 2 and 2 together for a lot of situations.
Yeah, like, put 2 and 2 together, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all can't be so intrusive asking people their personal business. Because if I start asking you why the fuck your son don't got no shoes on his feet in the cold, you're going to be tight. Y'all not going to like that. Because I be having some questions for y'all too. But you know what I do?
I definitely
keep it in the group chat.
We
gotta start doing that, yo. We gotta start keeping it in the group chat.
I'm gonna be honest. I you know, because I'm just not feeling
you're not feeling well, my love.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not here.
Yeah.
But
we had a time, I guess.
Okay. You know, you guys, thank you for supporting us. We're wrapping it up right now.
Yes. Episodes are on visual episodes for the last time. Visual episodes are airing on Fridays. The audio will be up on Thursdays. The visuals will be up on Fridays. Yes, guys, go ahead and support us on Fridays and on Thursdays because y'all love us. We love you guys back. We're just trying to give you guys a little bit more, I guess, change. We're trying to do something different with our content. So, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all socials at Heard You Sis. Yeah, I ain't sent us a fucking email yet.
I'm dead.
If you got anything that you want to say, any critiques, anything you want to tell us, email us at heardyousispodcast@gmail.com. And we out. Thank y'all.